Welcome to another deep dive. This time, we're going to be talking about concealed carry.
Ooh, concealed carry.
Specifically, how to avoid common mistakes that new carriers make.
Yeah.
This is important stuff, guys. We're not just talking about, saving a little bit of money
Right.
or time, but potentially a whole lot more,
Well,
right?
absolutely.
So to help us out, we've got some insights from Michael Martin and Tim Schmidt of Armed American TV.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these guys have been there and done that, trained countless people
Yeah, they've seen it all.
in concealed carry. So they know what they're talking about.
Absolutely. And the mistakes they highlight, even experienced carriers might be surprised by.
Okay, so mistake number one, right out the gate,
Okay.
picking the wrong firearm.
Oh, yeah.
It's easy to get, swept up in the moment. You walk into a gun store.
Sure.
You're like a kid in a candy store,
Yeah.
but with way higher stakes.
Yeah, absolutely. You get fixated on what looks cool,
Yeah.
what their favorite action hero uses, instead of thinking practically.
So what do they recommend? What do these experts say?
Well, they emphasize the try before you buy approach.
Okay.
A lot of ranges offer rentals. You can actually get a feel for the firearm
Right.
before you commit to it.
That makes sense.
Also, talk to your friends, who carry and see what they use, what their experiences are.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then beyond that, think about the practicalities, how you're going to carry,
right.
your body type, even the time of year, what works with a bulky winter coat.
Ah, good point.
Might not be suitable for summer, when you're in lighter clothing.
Yeah, so you might even have to switch up your firearm and holster setup.
You might need a smaller firearm in the summertime.
Yeah, I hadn't even really considered that.
And beyond that, pay attention to how it feels in your hand.
Yeah.
Is it comfortable? How's the recoil? Does the trigger feel right? Is it easy to point naturally?
Wow.
These are all crucial factors.
Yeah, okay, so we've tackled the gun itself. Now these guys, Michael Martin, Tim Schmidt,
Right.
they say mistake number two is getting so focused on firearms training,
Right.
that you miss the bigger picture of personal protection.
It's easy to think once you've mastered shooting, you're all set.
Right.
But they emphasize the importance of what they call living in condition yellow.
Condition yellow, what is that?
Well, this comes from Colonel Jeff Cooper's color code system for situational awareness.
Okay.
Basically, it means being in a state of relaxed alertness.
Gotcha.
Constantly scanning your environment for potential threats.
So you're not paranoid,
Right.
but you're aware.
Yeah, aware, exactly.
So it's about being proactive, not just reactive.
Right. And it gives you the luxury of time. You might spot something early on,
Okay.
and then you have options. You can de-escalate, avoid the situation altogether.
Right.
Crocking the street, changing your route, just walking with confidence.
Now, I've heard some people say running away is never an option. It shows weakness. What does these guys say about that?
They completely debunk that. They actually encourage thinking about escape and evasion as your first line of defense.
Okay.
Sometimes turning and running is the smartest and safest option. It's about survival, not ego.
Right.
So,
All right. So that's a good point.
yeah.
So if avoiding the situation entirely is the best case scenario, what about those times where you can't? I mean, what role does firearms training play?
It's still crucial, but it needs to go beyond static range practice.
Okay.
They advocate for dynamic training that simulates real-life situations.
So like what? Like moving targets and stuff like that?
Moving targets, yeah, using cover, low-light scenarios, drawing from concealment.
Okay.
And don't underestimate the power of mental rehearsal.
Uh-huh.
Imagine yourself in different situations. How would you react?
Okay, so kind of like a mental workout for your self-defense skills.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we've covered the firearm, the mindset.
Right.
Now, what about the gear itself?
That leads us right into mistake number 3.
Okay.
Choosing the wrong holster.
Oh, the whole...
Even if you've got the perfect firearm.
So it's like, having a top-of-the-line car with bald tires.
Right.
It's not going to perform.
Exactly.
Right.
A bad holster can just ruin everything.
Okay.
It's all about finding one that securely holds your specific firearm.
Right.
One that's comfortable enough to wear all day and allows for a smooth, consistent draw every single time.
Yeah, you don't want to be fumbling with your holster in a critical moment.
Right.
So consistency and comfort are key.
Mm.
But with so many options out there, how do you even begin to choose the right holster?
Well, that's a topic for our next deep dive.
All right, so stay tuned. We're going to unpack all of that. We're going to talk about the different types of holsters, the materials, the carry positions. We'll give you the tools you need to choose what's best for you.
Sounds
But before we move on to the next set of mistakes, We've covered the first 3
Yeah.
out of 10. So I just want to give you a moment, to digest that. Think about that. There's a lot there. We're going to delve even deeper into the world of concealed carry in part 2. And we'll explore the next 4 mistakes to avoid. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
All right, welcome back to the deep dive. We are talking concealed carry,
Yes, we are.
specifically mistakes to avoid. And this next one might surprise you.
Okay.
Michael Martin and Tim Schmidt say that mistake number 4 is believing you've ever had enough training.
Yeah, it's easy to think, okay, I've taken the basic course,
Right.
I'm good to go, but,
Right.
concealed carry is an ongoing thing.
It's a journey,
It's a journey, yeah.
not a destination.
Not a destination. There's always something more to learn,
Right.
new skills to hone, new techniques.
So it's like, I don't know, thinking you can run a marathon after one jog around the block.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great analogy.
Yeah.
They emphasize that ongoing training helps you adapt to new situations.
Okay.
Keep your skills sharp.
So it's not just about hitting the range every now and then.
No, no, no. They encourage exploring different types of training.
Like what?
Don't just focus on shooting skills. Think about courses in first aid, defensive tactics, even the legal aspects of self-defense. It's all connected. Having a well-rounded skill set makes you a more responsible carrier.
That's really interesting. I hadn't really thought about, those other things being part of concealed carry training.
Yeah, and that leads right into mistake number 5, doing the wrong type of training.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What do they mean by that?
Well, a lot of people just get stuck in that rut of static range practice.
Yeah.
Standing in one spot.
Punching holes in paper.
Punching holes in paper.
Yeah.
Stationary targets. While that's great for basic marksmanship, it doesn't really reflect a real self-defense situation.
So it's like practicing your golf swing on the driving range, but never actually playing around on the court.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They recommend incorporating what they call dynamic training.
Okay.
So think, moving targets, using cover, low light conditions, drawn from concealment. Basically anything that simulates the pressure and unpredictability of a real life scenario.
Yeah, that sounds kind of intense. Is that something that the average concealed carrier can even do?
More and more ranges are offering those types of courses.
Mhm.
And even if you can't find a formal class, you can kind of incorporate these things into your own practice.
Right.
You can set up simple drills, work with a training partner, even just visualize different scenarios in your mind.
Okay, so you can even do like mental rehearsals.
Yeah, mental rehearsals, absolutely.
It's like, man, it's eye-opening. I'm learning so much.
Mm.
There's a lot more to concealed carry than I initially thought.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And speaking of, commitments and stuff, mistake number 6 is failing to prepare for the legal and financial aftermath of a self-defense shooting.
Ugh, yeah. That's the side of concealed carry that nobody really wants to think about, but it's real.
It's real.
It's important.
It's real. Even if you are completely justified in using your firearm, you could still face legal challenges, huge expenses.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, think about lawyer fees, court costs, potential civil lawsuits. It can be devastating.
Yeah, that's scary. So what do they recommend to protect yourself?
Self-defense insurance.
Okay.
It's a must-have. It can help cover those costs. It can provide legal representation. It's like peace of mind that you hope you never need, but if you do.
Yeah. It's like insurance on your car.
Mm-hmm.
You don't plan to get in an accident, but you're prepared if it happens.
Right. And it's not just about the financial aspect. You need to understand the laws, the self-defense laws in your jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Because what might be considered justified in one state could be a problem in another.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Mistake number 7. This one seems kind of like a technicality, but they say it's crucial. Not testing your self-defense ammunition in your actual firearm.
Yeah. You could have the most expensive high-tech ammo out there,
Right.
but if it doesn't function reliably in your gun,
Right.
it's useless.
Yeah, you got to make sure it works in your gun.
Yeah, each firearm is unique.
Right.
They suggest running a few boxes of your chosen self-defense rounds through your gun just to make sure they feed, fire, and eject consistently.
That seems pretty basic, but I bet a lot of people don't do that.
You'd be surprised. And here's a pro tip. Document your testing.
Oh, where?
Note the type of ammunition, any malfunctions you encounter, and how the firearm performs overall. If you ever need to prove that you've done your due diligence, this information could be invaluable.
That's a really smart idea.
Mm.
Okay, we've talked about training, gear. What about just the everyday practice of carrying?
That brings us to mistake number 8, not building consistency into your concealed carry habits.
So, I mean, actually carrying the firearm regularly, not just leaving it in the safe.
Yeah, they compare it to wearing a seatbelt.
Okay.
It should be an automatic, ingrained habit.
And I imagine that goes, beyond just physically carrying the firearm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's about being consistent with your mindset, maintaining that condition yellow.
Right. That awareness.
That awareness, yeah.
Yeah.
Practicing your draw regularly and always being prepared,
Okay.
both mentally and physically.
So it's really about kind of integrating concealed carry into your everyday life, but in a responsible way.
Yeah, in a responsible, consistent way. Exactly.
All right, so that's number 8. We're moving right along. Mistake number 9. This is one that a lot of people, even experienced carriers, they often overlook. Neglecting proper maintenance.
Yeah.
You mean like cleaning and taking care of your firearm?
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in, the excitement of owning a firearm.
Right.
But neglect and maintenance can lead to all sorts of problems. Malfunctions, decreased accuracy, even safety hazards.
Right.
They emphasize that regular cleaning, lubrication, inspection, non-negotiable.
Yeah. I've heard it compared to taking care of your car.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't drive your car for months without changing the oil.
Right, or checking the tire pressure.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, this is a tool that could potentially save your life.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to treat it with respect.
Yeah, and don't forget about your ammunition.
Okay.
Inspect your rounds regularly for any signs of damage or corrosion. Store them properly. Remember, your ammunition is only as effective as its condition.
All right, that makes sense. Okay, so we've covered 9 common mistakes so far.
I'm down.
What's the final one that Michael Martin and Tim Schmidt highlight?
Mistake number 10 is not fully understanding your state's laws.
Oh, for laws.
And the laws of any states you might visit under reciprocity agreements.
Yeah, gun laws can be tricky.
Oh, they're a minefield.
Yeah.
They really are.
They're a minefield.
What might be perfectly illegal in one state could land you in some serious hot water in another. They stress the importance of thorough research,
Okay.
and education when it comes to gun laws. Don't just assume because you have a concealed carry permit in one state, you're good to go everywhere.
Right.
Reciprocity agreements often have specific conditions and restrictions, so you need to understand the fine print.
So don't rely on hearsay or assumptions.
No.
Get it from the source.
Get it from a reliable source like your state's attorney general's office or reputable legal organizations specializing in firearms law.
Yeah, ignorance is definitely not bliss when it comes to concealed carry laws.
No.
You could get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Carrying a firearm is a serious responsibility, and part of that responsibility is being a law-abiding citizen.
Absolutely.
In every jurisdiction you enter.
Okay, that was a whirlwind tour of 10 common concealed carry mistakes. What are your thoughts? Anything that particularly stood out to you?
Yeah, it's really amazing how much depth there is to concealed carry. I feel like I was just seeing the tip of the iceberg before.
Right.
This deep dive.
It's a lifestyle,
Yeah.
really responsible gun ownership.
Yeah, it's a journey, right?
Yeah.
You're never really done.
Never done.
And I'm so glad we have Michael Martin and Tim Schmidt's insights to kind of guide us through this. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like they gave us a cheat sheet
They-
to navigate the complexities of concealed carry.
Their experience is so valuable.
Yeah.
And the mistakes they highlight
Yeah.
are ones that, like we said, even seasoned carriers can fall into.
One thing that really stuck with me was their emphasis on mindset.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not just about having the right gear, knowing how to shoot.
It's about being prepared.
It's about that condition yellow.
Yes.
Being aware of your surroundings. That's right. Avoid it altogether if you can.
Yeah, I mean, think about all the times I've walked down the street, completely oblivious,
Right.
just lost in my own thoughts, staring at my phone.
Easy target.
Yeah, talk about an easy target, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So for anyone listening, maybe they're feeling a bit overwhelmed by all this information.
Right.
What's one small, actionable step they can take?
Just be more aware.
Okay.
For the next 24 hours, just try to make a conscious effort to be more aware of your surroundings.
Okay, so pay attention to the people around you.
Yeah, notice exits, trust your gut.
Okay.
Little things like that.
So kind of like a mental workout
Yeah.
for your situational awareness muscles.
Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah, it becomes second nature before you know it.
Well, I know I'm going to give it a try. This deep dive has been eye-opening, to say the least.
I agree.
Responsible concealed carry is about so much more than just the firearm itself.
So much more.
It's, knowledge, mindset, training.
Yes, it's a journey.
Constant self-improvement.
It's right.
Well, on that note, I want to thank you, the listener, for joining us on this journey. And stay safe out there.
Stay safe.